Hi Helix students, this is Jackie again, and I have one more tutorial to share with you. I hope you get this today or tomorrow. And this is publications through the Oregon Historical Society, which I know we looked at their website today, but the Oregon Historical Society actually publishes a couple journals. One is the actual Oregon Historical Quarterly, and you can see right here, it actually goes back in time quite a bit. You can see, though, we're not on the Oregon Historical Society page. We are actually on the page of a database vendor called JStor Journal Storage. JStor is actually really cool. They actually have tons of journals and magazines back to the 1800s on a variety of subjects. And definitely, if you are going to go to a four-year college, probably at some point you'll be using JStor. One of the neat things about JStor is they have a lot of things for free. And that includes a lot of the content in Oregon Historical Quarterly. So it's really worth taking a look at. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start here and click on Oregon Historical Quarterly. And I'm sorry, I should have pointed out really quickly. Let me go back here. To get to this page that lists all three journals, here's the URL right here, jstor.org/publisher/OregonHS. Okay, here we are, Oregon Historical Quarterly. All right, so what we see here is about 80 years of history. My math right now, 90 years of history. You know, if you're a history nut, you can browse through. The other thing that you can do is if you found a link or a citation either in a book or another source that said, oh, this article was published in the Oregon Historical Quarterly, and you have that date and time, you can browse right to that issue. So if you found an article on oh, I don't know, say, actually there's an article on Beatrice Kennedy that I found. I could, on a different site, I can navigate right to that page and look at that. And matter of fact, I think it was from 2006. And I could browse through. Definitely one way to search. I'm not sure if it's this one, but you can see a lot of other details in here. So that's definitely one way to search. The other way to search is, as we scroll, and probably how most of you will be searching, as a browse through the entire title. So again, depending on your subject, you might want to type in that name to get you going. You might want to type in the issue at hand, whether it's, so a name could be, of course, Finley, Wren, you know, Beatrice Monroe Kennedy, whomever, or the issue at hand might actually be, well, the Beach Bill, or you know, for example, the Garb Act that I mentioned today. The Garb Act, actually, you might want to look into, you know, religious attire, or it sounds like there's some affiliation with the Ku Klux Klan. You might want to look at that. So anyway, just to get you started, I'm actually going to type in Wren and see what we get. Wren, as your classmate was saying, is, oh, I'm going to show you, there's a little search button here. I'm going to look at all the results here. Actually, let's minimize the screen a little bit. Here we go. Oops, not that. Sorry. And now we can see everything in one box. So what I'm seeing here is the articles. And for example, this one right here. Wow, might be very interesting. This gives me the entire record, so I can see this is the title of the article. This is the author, where it came from, 1960, these many pages. This doesn't always work if it's not highlighted. It does give you citation help. In fact, I'll just click on this to show you what that looks like. You're using MLA in this class. That's essentially what your citation would look like. You have to clean it up a little bit. You can see the second line has to be indented and that sort of thing. But it's a really helpful tool. And to get the article, let's click here. So JStor, like I mentioned, is there's a couple different things that can happen. One is that they'll try and charge you, but if you want to read it online free, you can. And what it might do is wait, you have to register. So that means you would have to actually go ahead and create a JStor account, and you can have up to 3 items on your shelf, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to walk through this because I actually already have a JStor account, so it wouldn't make sense to me to show you the registration form, but it's pretty straightforward. You would register, you'd have your own JStor account, and then you would have full access to this article, which is a pretty good deal immediately. So, but you can see right here, you know, you can read that first page and really get a sense, yep, I might want to read this. And you can also see, I mean, the title's clear enough that this is going to be really specifically about Mr. Uren and the single tax in Oregon. You can also see that this is a significant part of the article because this name comes up 66 times. So something to look at there. I'm going to go back to our search results here. I'm actually going to browse down and see if I can find one that's going to give us access right away. Hoping if I can find an example here. Let's just try this one. This is from 2009, so I'm hoping it might give us a different example here. No, still only giving us a preview, which is too bad. Usually it would, you know, give us more than just a preview. It would actually not make us log in. But that's good to see. I think that's quite often what you might run into. You can see it's a little bit different. Uren's name is mentioned, but only 4 times in this article. So something to keep in mind. The other cool thing that you can take a look at is, you know, if you're looking at a certain subject area, like, you know, I'm really interested in this case, populism as a historical idea. You can click there. That would take you to all the articles on populism. I'm going to go back a couple stages here. And actually, if you're here, again, something else you can do is limit publication date. That's a pretty common feature. You can limit to, you know, both these journals fall into American Studies or history. Sometimes if your topic spans areas, you might find more. So say, nobody in this class, I think, is doing a history of any of our local Native American history, but you might find something under history. You might also find another category on specifically something from anthropology or something like that. So that's what that means. And I'm going to actually go back one more time. 2 more times, I lied, to the Oregon Historical Quarterly. I could probably actually, now that I see that, I could probably just click right there to really save myself some time. I'm going to do one more example, and that will be, because I'm hoping we can find something free. So I just really want to show you the beach bill. Such a big Oregon thing. I know most of you probably haven't lived anyplace else in the country, but let me tell you, if you ever do, you would miss your access to the beach. It is not free every place. It really is kind of too bad. And, you know, one thing you can do is limit your access level. I'm not sure if you would want to do that. Let me click on read and download and see if that limits our search. Oh, okay. Good. So this gives us an example of what things would look like. This would be lit or activated, this download PDF, and you can go from there. You know, I wouldn't necessarily suggest limiting by that unless you absolutely had to. I think you'd be limiting yourself too much, but it's something to keep in mind. I just want you to be aware. So that is JStor in a nutshell. If we went back to our original search up here, which we could do, let me see if I can get to it really quickly. Oops, but you have to spell it right, of course. You really have to spell it right here. I'm being terrible here. We're going to start quarterly, and what I was hoping to get to is that list again. This is a little bit different here, the 1900 to 1926. So again, you can search just these 6 years, which I think would be really useful for a lot of folks here. So anyway, something to keep in mind as you're doing your search. And you can see some right here very clearly are free from this time period, so that's nice. I highlight that for you. So, and these happen to be free because they fall into what's called public domain. They've passed that time frame where things can be made publicly available. They're not owned by anybody. So I hope that's helpful and interesting. We have, to a certain extent, some of these in print here at Blue Mountain, so you can always come to campus too. So if you have any questions, of course, just reach out. My email, jray, J-R-A-Y, @bluecc.edu.